This is Grandmaster Amon Ra coming to you live from Mombasa, Kenya, where we get all the great information on the ground and we expand on it. Now we have been slowing down on the number of shows we've been giving, and a couple of you called me asking me, "Oh, is this show going to die?" And comments also, and I feel a bit insulted when it comes down to somebody saying, "Is this show going to discontinue?" Lance Kelly, how are you, girl? And where did that come from? So every day I come on here. And I'm saying what my name is. Zyra. I told the house girl 10 times, don't go away from the house. But they just got a one-track mind. They gotta do something busy, and that means make noise. But anyway, okay, she had to do that. We discussed it for like 10 minutes. But at the end of the day, she still got to get out there and make some noise. Anyway, yeah. So I felt a bit insulted that someone can even think of that. I mean, I do have a reputation here, so I don't know how people can. Can you tell her to fucking stop that? Completely, yes. My girls. Completely stop moving. Go somewhere else. So, yeah, when the help got that in their mind, can you remove her from outside? Can you remove her?
They're very far.
That's far, but it's far.
The other side of the fence.
Okay, well, if the people in the chat line don't complain, then I won't complain. So, yeah, I felt pretty much insulted because my track record speaks for itself. I've been doing this for over 30 years. And my record of success goes without question. 10 years as Kenya Confederation chairman, where you had to control so many different clubs and manage them and support them. I did that for over 10 years. And managed the African Sport Karate League, which I'm again now chairman of ASKL 2020. Yeah, we have a long record of success. So all these other ventures that I do, I don't fail. You know what I mean? So when you get on the line and talk to, okay, Amon Ra, who is this guy? You're lucky because you're looking at me directly, and you can see me straight face to face. Whereas a lot of the other adventures I do and I'm involved in, they may see me once or twice, once every 3 months or so. So there's no history of failure coming out of this show. Yeah. So yeah, we've been slow on coming on the shows, but we've been also having a lot of other different things that's been going on. But no one is thinking about the show discontinuing. I mean, my God, we done so much work on this show. I mean, we got our own website. We just gonna like abandon all of that, and no, that's never gonna happen. You see, when you say GM, this not talking about a doctor where it just comes in and maybe fix you if you're sick, and then he goes on to his personal life. We're not talking about a lawyer who, unless you got some lawyer problems, it's really nothing he's gonna do for you. We're talking about a GM, so he's on call 24/7.
Can you talk something that
So we're not talking about just an anybody person. So let it be let it be. Let's put that right now. Put that to rest right now. There was none of that. Nothing like that is gonna happen. Let's see what's happening here. Salute Amin Ra. Thanks, man. Emmanuel Mills, I support you. Right on, brother. Right on, brother. Hello, I hear about the virus in Africa, and that just arrived in combination with the Korean. Well, I don't know where you get the information from, man, but you need to get another set of information. No virus in Africa. That's just fake news. So caucasides in the lab again. Well, uh, I wanted to make sure that we get all that straight before we going forward. Yes, we've been slowing down on the number of shows, but we've been busy. Like I had told you at the beginning of this of the in January that a lot of things are going to be happening. A lot of different type of uh, actions are going to be going on back and forth from all kind of different organization and clubs. So uh, we just have to just put everything in a priority and then match them up and then see where we go step by step. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you see, the United States is in such a mess now, and used to be where they used to talk all make Africa seem like it's got all of these problems, and right now Africa has no problems. You know what I mean? I mean, no basic issue problem. So the haters are out there double twisting it around, saying that there's viruses in Africa, and it's nothing like that. They have no leg to stand on. Where they coming out here talking, they can't talk now, but they used to come out here talking negative things, and they don't even do that because, like I had told you, they got to see the writing. They got to see the writing that's coming on the wall. You know what I mean? It's like if you have a ping pong, you go to one of those public ping pong shows, and then I mean, miniature golf shows, and then you hit the ball into the maze of items. At the end of the day, the ball got to come back to the hole. At the end of the day, whatever it goes, at the end of the day, it's got to come back to the hole. So that's what these guys got to come to realize, that like I had told you, playtime is over, and it's time to get serious with that African plan. You know what I mean? Whether it's 5 years or whether it's 10 years, you need to be structuring it. You know, I had one guy here. He was like, "Yeah, I'm almost ready. I'm gonna, I got everything prepared." I said, "Do you have your passport?" He said, "I can just get that anytime." So he finally went down and got the paperwork, and he couldn't get his proper birth certificate, and it took him like an extra 6 months to get all of that shit straightened out. Where he thought it was gonna just take like a week. The problem with Black Americans is that we on the rush. Can't be like all things gonna go really fast. You know, as a as an elder, I'm telling you, you got to relax, man. You got to just let things ride. As an elder, I'm telling you, this thing of trying to rush is just what rushes you into a lot of problems. Take things simple and easy. You know, so that's where we make. Well, most of our mistakes are made like that. We rush into it, and then later down the line, we realize that why did I do that? But that's what this channel is for. To kind of get you a bit wiser. So even if you're in the U.S., you get to see things, uh, get some heads up information about how to deal with the things. I don't know what you mean. They're making it harder for us. Oh, through oh, they're making it hard. Yeah, they're gonna make it harder. I mean, the passport uh, fee was raised. Surprise, surprise. So those people that were delaying on getting a passport, now you're gonna be paying an extra $100. So you gotta move, man. So those of us that have the children, yeah. Uh, should you put them through college? Should you give yourself that kind of bill? Is college really the way to go in 2020? These are some fundamental questions that we should be asking ourselves. You guys are in the U.S. and you tend to follow the trends. You've been like almost forced to follow the trends, and then you just apply yourself into some more debt that you can see like now. The majority of Americans are saying they can't even pay that debt. So what are we doing in 2020? You know what I mean? We got to be working smarter because we've been told that we're gonna make less money than our parents. So we got to be like proving that shit wrong. So yeah, you gotta uh, look at all of these things. Should we send our kids to college in 2020? What do you think? Is that the way to go? to add ourselves into more debt, which the people ahead of us is already saying that's too much debt. They done did it and they done got too much debt. You know, I'm a businessman and I'm telling you, I don't do things that don't make money. So you gotta, you know, you gotta kind of think. You know, uh, every action that you make has to say it's got to be a positive towards making money. Yeah, this new generation, they gotta make some moves, some different moves. You know, you can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna do what my parents did, and your parents are saying like, you know, I can't survive with the debt. So we should not look and make the same mistake in 2020. College is played out, yeah, because at the end of the day, does it make me money? It makes the college money, and I think maybe Bernie Sanders is going to try to fix all of that, but we'll see, because never in the history of the United States has somebody changed the status quo. I've never seen it in my lifetime. And Bernie Sanders is saying all of these things, which sounds good, but I have seen so many politicians say some good things. But once they get into office, it's like, you know, whoop, where all of that go? You know what I mean? So we don't want to see, you know, Bernie driving a new SRV after he gets into office. You know, like, damn, I thought you was not gonna go with the high price uh, status quo. And then Bernie is gonna tell you it take time, it take time. Meanwhile, we just doing it day to day. You know what I mean? You got a kid, your neighbor put their kid in college, and the kid is in college, and the kid is, you know, away from home in college. And what are you doing with your kid? You know what I mean? So you're gonna spend that extra money so that you can make your neighbor feel that you are not a loser or not somebody or don't have money. And you don't have money. So when your neighbor comes and tells you, you know, your neighbor that's got a kid in college, oh, she's doing wonderful. She's got to get an A on the last exam. The other night she called me from the dorm. You know, how come your David is not in college? And what do you say? Shit, you say that shit is a waste of time and money. You don't tell them the truth. You know, oh, so you're gonna hurt their feelings because you're telling them that what they did is wrong, and what they did is wrong. You understand what I'm saying to you? So we can't be uh, forsaking the truth for for the sake of trying to continue with the status quo. Joking. Let me see this chat, man. You guys are live, but you forgot about me. The Jays got laws now that protect them. What is a J? If you do anything to a J, I don't know what's a J. It's like terror attack. They don't have that. Okay, Emmanuel Mills, tell me what a J is. Our kids should be learning about nature. Oh, it's a Jew. J is a Jew. Okay. Well, this son is talking about the kids. what you need to do is get your kids in Africa. You know what I mean? You can put them in an African boarding school. You can do that up to from age uh, from age 7 years. You know what I mean? You can kick your kid out of the U.S., call up a boarding school in Kenya, and they have international students all over the place. And then your kid is there, and they deal. They're institutions. They've been there for decades, so they deal with all type of children. And then you know it'd be one of the best things you can do, because after like 3, 4, 5 years, you have an acclimated child that is basically African educated, got African friends, and you know he ain't got to know about nature. Because nature is right. Nature is he's in the country of nature. It's like me. I'm sitting here on this weekend, last weekend, and you know, I look outside, and it's like 10, 15 monkeys just running around, doing this thing. And there are white people that go to zoos that pay, hundreds of dollars to go watch them trap monkeys. And here we just see them; they just come and like migrate, then they go their way. You don't see them for another month or two. Yeah, there's no Jews in Africa. Let me repeat that. There's no Jew in Africa, so he ain't here. I know he's powerful, but he ain't here because of the exchange rate. There's no real money here, so he's not even going to be interested because we're switching it around. Uh, he sees it as you're going to come and you're going to go, but when you sit up and you say you're going to stay and you pull out your money, you benefit from the exchange rate. But the Jew don't see like that's a big possibility where things are going to go. So he's not even in the radar of that. So that's a beautiful thing. Uh, we have that. We have no suing and sue court for suing. People just take care of their problems man to man. They just discuss it out. The other day, I had a really tough discussion. It was one of the really tough ones. We talked with the person, and he's also one of my best friends at the same time, and we're doing business about a whole other issue, and it was so touchy, and we're both here trying to give each other respect at the same time. We had like, God damn it, man, you got to do what you got to do. So, so you can imagine how that went. But at the end of the day, uh, I love him, and you know, he represented me at my wedding, and you know, I die for him. So, but these are the kind of things that go on, and how things are resolved in Africa. So, uh, yeah. But getting back on that part about the kids, yeah, you can get a boarding school, fly your kid over here to Africa, and don't worry about a thing. And just like so many of these white parents that go send their kids abroad to different schools, it's the same thing we should be doing uh, out of the U.S. with our children. Get them out of the U.S. Get their little passport, and you know get them out. They get a far better education. It'll cost you less, and you'll see the improvement definitely. Uh, Maruba, how are you, man? Good to see you. So uh, that's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna hold sisters back. But you'd be like, well, take my kid to out of the country. Oh no, oh hey, okay, all that kind of crazy, no way talk gotta change. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do if we're gonna do something, make a big change in 2020, then you gotta make some big, decisions. So some of you sisters better get off your high horse, and you fighting the system and everything, and you got this child, and the government is telling you take them to college where you could spend your same amount your money in America, but in actuality, they can be taken into Kenya, and you know all that money can be into Africa. So uh, I just I behooves sisters to look into it and rethink. When we first came up here, I was a young parent, and my Kenyan wife was like, "Okay, they gotta go to boarding school," and I'm like, "What? I ain't never let go of my kids. My kids that's not gonna go to no boarding school." Blah blah blah. Oh, we fought so hard that she that she put him in boarding school without even telling me. So I come home one day, where the kids? They in boarding school. Fuck, you know. That's all I said. That's all I did. That's all I'm showing you that they can go to day school. Shoot, you know, they knew that I was just an idiot. So I was mad as fuck at first, but then I couldn't do nothing. And then slowly but surely I became to realize that I was wrong. You know, my son was at the first week calling, Dad, help. You know, I'm coming for the rescue, son. Don't worry, So my kid wife at the time was telling me, just leave him. They always like that on the first few days. So I left him. I think about 2, 3 weeks later, I called him. You okay? He's like, yeah, I'm okay now. You sure you want to stay there? Well, no, I'm okay now. Yeah, everything is okay. You know. Anyway, so I know how it is, man. I know how it is to be, have those strong feelings and beliefs. But if you're going to do something different in 2020, you got to do something different in 2020, man. You know what I mean? And I'm here as a senior and an elder, and as an experienced person who has went through it. Uh, get your kids educated in Kenya. Don't send them to you fake college somewhere where they trap you with debt that you have to that you can really never really repay. You know. So let me see what's in the chat line. Ooh. Moriba. And you know I always get that last name messed up. Abarigani. Well, we're not expecting it. We're not expecting every black person in America to go to Africa. It's unrealistic. And you know, we've already been through that. In fact, one of the naysayers, they just said, okay, you're gonna try to force all black people to go, like we're gonna go into migration. We done already went through that. But there is a growing number of people, of black people, that are becoming dissatisfied and don't know which way to go. You know, the job is giving them pressure, and uh, you know, the kids is growing up and what to do with them, what to do with these kids. Well, the system has already figured out. Let's put a let's put a mind stamp on them that when the kid finish high school, they automatically go to college, and we put another stamp on them that if any one of them that doesn't go to college, the ones that are been stamped to go to college and pay all that money gets on their neck and asking, why you don't go to college? Why you don't go to college? You know. So, you know, you can turn right back around and tell them my kid is going to boarding school in Kenya. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. How is that a conversation stopper? You know? And I'm here to tell you that'd be the best move you can make. Well, if you have a kid in boarding school, you can come see a kid anytime, especially if they're young. You always have complete access to them. But with the world of social media, you can get your laptop ready together and work back and forth with them at home, uh, talking to them back and forth on the laptop so they can get used. And in the world of social media, I mean, it's like you don't even think about like getting an airplane trip. You can just call them up on the phone, and then you just talk to each other face to face. You know, there's too many times I've done that, and I just feel like, whoo, it's like you just with them, you know, and it satisfies that feeling that you get as a parent, definitely. So, what is it? So, uh, yeah, you can see your children anytime. That if you get like one or two or three brave sisters to get out here and from the from our chat line and make that move, so many more will follow. So many more will see that option, and so many more they will group up automatically. Those sisters, Ross, hi Grandmaster, hi. Have you any word about the exploration exploration trip to Kenya? I just logged in. The exploratory trip to Kenya is on, of course. Uh, you know, we're dealing with several black people. Uh, they're slow, and we anticipated that. So at this stage, most people have paid the registration fee, which is now $40 through worldremit.com. Oh, by the way, support the channel. Don't let us down, man. I think in the last video, nobody wanted to support us. I was like, man, is that my breath stinking or what is it? You know? But uh, then I got those messages about, this channel is going to die. Like, nothing like that, man. You don't know I'm in Ra. So, yeah, let's keep that going. So that trip is still on. We have some latecomers that get in there because some of the ones that's taking up time still leaves us space to add more people. So at this stage of the trip, we have not given out the account for taking in money. Only those that are registered. So they got to be fully registered. So if there's a new person that want to register, then you need to send $40 to. Just like this. And when you put in this number, you put it in exactly the way it is here. All three names have to be there exactly the way they sit there. Otherwise, it's going to fail if you're using World Remit for the first time. But some of you old supporters out there, come on, man, beef us up, man. You know, don't listen to the lies that we're going to die. It's just not true. So you can get information that you go to 10-day trip on Facebook. You can get the information, and then also you can go to our website at blackpeopleformodernafrica.com, and then you can also get all the information from there. Don't let us don't think that there's no information or that things are not happening. So much things are happening in the background that you don't see. I wish I could just have a TV show about that shit. Dealing with black people and money. Woo, woo, woo. But we haven't taken any funds for the actual trip yet. So we're gonna make sure we get a solid number, and we're gonna tell these fools that if you ain't paid by this date, then you're not going to go on the trip. And we will refuse to accept your money. And then that's gonna start a whole nother conversation. But I know these steps. That's got to be happening like that. Okay, thanks. I just wanted to make sure I did not miss anything. You can't miss anything. Just go to blackpeopleformodernafrica.com. Get all the information there. Yeah, so Kenya is the way to go. It's the only way to go, actually. Okay, now I say Kenya, but some people want to do other things. I just got my passport. Now I'm saving up my money to eventually visit Kenya. Doesn't that passport look nice? You know what I mean? Don't you see that freedom that you have now? Imagine anybody don't have a passport, which is the majority of black people. You're trapped. You never even can't even leave the United States. So, we never expected everybody to go, but those people that visit this channel and appreciate what's happening, uh, you know, they see that extra option. And I'm here to push that button, make sure you can see that option. Okay, also, can you do a video about all the things needed for travel for your page? Okay, yeah, we do that with each individual that's going on the trip. It's it's very simple. It's not like it's rocket science. Some people have never traveled internationally before, but the people that's going on this trip, they are like 80% of them are say they have already traveled internationally before. But black people could be saying anything. They could go to Cuba one for a couple of days and then say they're international. They travel internationally, but definitely international travel is different from regular travel by far. So you people that travel or locally a lot, you you know you get your bags and everything, and you go to the international gate, and you thinking like, I'm ready. This shit, they got all kind of extra plans for you, buddy. So it's nothing like the local setup. International travel, you got to have like another 2-3 hours uh, preparation. So, well, if it's your first time out of the country, I'm so happy and excited for you. Just take your time. You see what I'm saying? Just take your time. And if you're going to go with our trip, then you're going to have lots of support. So once you get here, you know. Okay, it's saying that the line is having this is disabled. Okay, now it's back. But the whole purpose of one of the main purposes of this show and channel is to give black people the honest and compare truth without the commercial. You know what I mean? So many times we start talking about, oh, we gotta do this. You can get this high trip like this. Then next thing you know, they're selling you the package deal. And the refreshing thing about this channel is that it's not like that, man. It's just like straight information, straight answer right there. Very valuable information back and forth. So that's something that we should really be taking value of. So once again, I don't know where my supporters are out there, but don't believe the hype. Don't believe we're going to die off of this channel. That's impossible. Where people got that rumors, but you know how it is. You start slowing down, and then everybody got to come up with their rumors, and make things seem like you know, there's something that they're not. Oh, Shirley Ross, you've been communicating with Keith. Yeah, then you're in with us. So yeah, okay. I look forward to seeing you when you come. You're in good hands. Don't worry. So with that being said, I want to make sure you guys uh, never think that Amarai is a quitter or just going to slow down. Just take a look at my Facebook record. Some of you guys may have forgotten, and you see through how many things I've accomplished and how many different forms and how many seminars I've given, uh, I'm not that type of person. So we're not going anywhere. And I say when you support the channel, you see exciting things are going. You see exciting things are happening. So many of you have supported the channel. The Ron Tate, Ashley, these you guys, you have been our normal supporters. We appreciate that, and the more you support, you see exciting things happen, and that's what's been going on all along. So I'm looking forward to exciting things. You know, you have outside life of outside of YouTube. Yeah. So yeah, I may look like this. I may look like I'm all cool and everything, but behind the scenes, when we're not on the show, when you're life outside of YouTube, a lot of exciting things happen. You know, I still want to remind you guys about the brother. I had to get. I would do the show. Do a show about him. This guy, his name is Ali. He just came here. He was uh, nowhere, out of nowhere. He found me. I settled him down. Okay, man, what's the story now? You're gonna be visiting for how long? He's like, oh no, I live here now. This is my home. Oh shit, just like that. I mean, I ain't been out the room with him 25 minutes, and he done already made it this whole thing his home. You know, that was some months back, and called me a few times for saying that, but on his own, he did all of this. You know what I mean? Such a brave person. On his own, he did all of that. Now he got an apartment in Shenzhen, and is doing well. So yeah, you know, it's so much possible, and there's so many of you that are saying, "Look, I'm just gonna pack up everything, fuck it, and just go." You know, when the brother was sitting with me when he first got here, he had his little pouch, had his little booklet open. Had all his money. His money situation. He's tracking it, and you know, the brother bought an apartment. I mean, in Shenzhen. You know, he's sitting still now because spent a lot of money wasting for the first. But wow, Once that happens, hoo hoo hoo. So let's see. Some people forget that. Okay, hopefully next year I will have my money together. Join you next year on the trip. Yeah. So hopefully, everybody say hopefully. You know what I mean? This. What did I tell you about this channel? It's not going anywhere. It's already 2 years old with like I don't know how many hundreds of videos. So you know, I don't know what you guys are thinking. Like, hopefully he'll be here. When I say GM, then you got a stamp of approval. Somebody that's not like a doctor or a lawyer. I'm here 24/7. Let's get that thing right. So whether it be next year or the year after that or the year after that, we're just gonna be here. I remember when we first started this channel back not long ago. I was like, okay, guys, I'm committed. What about you? And you know, you guys have really been good at supporting the channel, and we've been continually like that. So we're gonna close out now, and we're gonna do another show a little bit later. And my son told me not to go to work today. I should stay home for a holiday. I don't know how Mr. Machia is going to see that, but I'm thinking about it. So if I do stay, then we'll just have another quick show a little bit later. But until then, this is Grandmaster saying, hmm, peace out.